Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Macedonio. I'm an executive director with BNI in the San Francisco Bay Area. Today, I'm joined with Wendy Roberts. I asked Wendy to join us to explain how she can be so successful in 2021 in our Bay Area. And before I have Wendy introduce herself, I want to let you know what I mean by that. In the Bay Area, we've had over 2,000 business people participate in BNI in 2021. Wendy is in the top 1% in terms of bringing visitors and sponsoring members into BNI. We're at the top 1% of over 2,000 people that participated. Wendy, would you mind introducing yourself and letting the audience know a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Thank you, Mike. And so wonderful to be here with you today. My name is Wendy Roberts. I'm a CPA and business consultant with Rockstar Strategic Partners. We are a consulting firm that are helping companies figure out how they can get more profit in their bank accounts and how they can scale up their businesses so they can then transition to another point in their life, whether that's a merger and acquisition or an ultimate sale. So our why is we help you find that path forward in that evolution of your business.
Outstanding. And certainly in today's environment, I can't think of anything that business owners need to have in place. And that is to know their numbers and to have their business driven by the facts of their financials. So I'm so on board with you as such a huge service to the business community. So let's get back to Wendy, the rock star. Like, no, seriously, you sponsored 4 people in 2021 alone. Okay? Less than 1% ever sponsored 3 or more. What are some of your secrets? How is it that you're inviting people, showing them BNI, and then saying, I want to do this with you?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. Let me also say that I feel very blessed that 2021 was a wonderful year for my company, as well as for me being able to meet some really wonderful people, connecting with them. And I think that's the big word, is connecting, that connection. And, BNI has really the 7 different values that we all follow. I think the 2 that are really, really important to me is givers gain, right? Giving back, because I really believe that when you give back, more of that comes towards you. It's just simple. It's a simple math, simple strategy. And the second is building relationships. Because when I'm having one-on-ones, and you probably looked at some of my numbers, I have a lot of one-on-ones, both within my chapter and the other chapters. But when I'm meeting with someone, I'm automatically thinking about my fellow partners in my chapter, and then perhaps a bigger sphere of other partners that I have in other chapters. So whether that person is a member or a non-member, in a lot of cases, I'll talk to non-members and I'll figure out, who can I connect them with in my chapter? And then I tell them about BNI and how I have been able to grow my business with BNI. Again, I will say I've been very blessed. BNI has been really good to me. And, I just think about giving back, and letting that shine through when I'm talking to someone who I think might be a good partner in our group. Now, I speak to a lot of people, but I'm very discretionary as to who I bring as a visitor. So although I've brought 4 visitors, I've talked to a lot of people, but I got to make sure that that person has the caliber that we're looking for, that they have the book of business, and that they're able to really contribute and give that giver's gain back to all of us, which is what the whole reason why we're at BNI in the first place.
And I hope the audience really heard every piece of that. Yes, within the core values, I agree with you completely. Giver's gain is the game changer. And it really goes beyond a core value, it becomes a culture. But also what you mentioned about building relationships. And when you put those together, specifically what I heard was you go into these one-to-ones, giver's gain mindset. How can I help? How can I connect?
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
And,
Yes.
and that may sound very simple to a lot of people listening to this conversation, but I will tell you from experience, that's not what most people do. A lot of people come into these type of meetings and, how can I help myself to your wallet? How can I personally prospect a room? And effective business networking is, like you said, it's giver's gain. It's about helping others as a way of growing my business. So what a great mindset going into this relationship building exercise. So
Thank you.
is there anything you feel that might be unique other than that style of caring about the other person that compels them to want to get involved?
Well, I think, when you look at giving to someone, right? And telling them exactly what my experience has been with BNI and how I have been successful with BNI and how it's helped me grow my business. I think that's an important element when you're talking to someone who could be a potential member in your chapter. Again, I'm going to say, I'm very discretionary as to who I actually recommend and sponsor into our chapter, because I want to make sure that they are going to be successful, right? We want them to stay in the chapter. They're going to be putting in a lot of effort. We put in a lot of effort in growing our chapter. And I think that that is really what I kind of focus on, honestly, Mike.
Yeah, and I love that approach. So, Wendy, you are clearly a rock star. You're a leader in BNI, not only in this area, but many areas inside of BNI. If our audience wanted to get in touch with you, what would be the best way for them to do that?
Thank you, Mike. And again, thank you for this opportunity. I love both you and Dawn. You guys have done so much for the chapter here in the Bay Area. I really, really am very proud to be a BNI member. Folks can get in touch with me at North Star Strategic Partners. My email address is Wendy with a Y at Northstar, all one word, dash S as in Sam, P as in Paul.com. Or if they want to reach out to me by phone, I love, again, connecting one-on-one. My telephone number is 408-206-6697. And again, thank you, Mike. I really appreciate you and Dawn.
Well, I certainly appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time and sharing what you shared today. And I want to recap it because I think it's so important. It's givers gain with building relationships. What a great model, and clearly working for you. Thank you so much, Wendy.
You're welcome, Mike. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.